Hey guys, Shaman
Yolanda.
from Harper Therapy, and we've been talking about our couples relational essential skills workshop.
Yeah.
And it's a relational boot camp, right?
Yeah.
Based off the work by
Yeah.
Terry Real.
Yep. 2 days if you and your partner or you individually are interested in doing a really deep dive into some really profound and life-changing relationship understandings and skills. Maybe you and your partner aren't ready for therapy, for the time commitment, the cost commitment. Maybe you want it just packaged in 2 days. This is where you can get that.
Absolutely. And to kind of have a little fun with it, I figured we'd kind of take a David Letterman approach.
Okay.
And give
Do people know who David Letterman is?
If you don't know who David Letterman is, he was a talk show guy.
Okay.
He has a show on Netflix now.
Okay.
He was the best, okay? After Johnny Carson.
Okay.
Of course. But they would always do a top 10 list. We're going to do a top 6 list, okay? And it would always be from the home office in Sioux City, Iowa. So from the home office in Sioux City, Iowa, these are the top 6 reasons that you should come to our relational boot camp, our essential skills workshop. And number 1 is to learn the 5 losing strategies. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Mm-hmm. So we all have losing strategies that we employ in our relationship, usually for lack of knowing how to do things more relationally or effectively.
Right.
These we learn pretty early in life. They're the foundation, our psychological knowing about relationships and how to respond when there's conflict or when things get stressful. And so we are going to get really specific about what each of our losing strategies are. There are 5 of them,
Right.
And so you'll learn you will learn all 5 strategies and which ones show up in your
relationship all the time.
Yeah.
So number 2 is practicing the 5 winning strategies, which are kind of the opposite of the losing strategies, right?
So thankfully, thankfully, there are some other options for us to use when things get stressful, and those are the winning strategies. And so we will go through all 5 of them and how to implement each one of them into your relationship so that you have options,
Right.
So that you're not stuck with your losing strategy.
Right. Number 3, we're halfway there. So this one is getting a better understanding of that maladaptive dance that
Right.
you and your couple have had
Right.
probably for years.
Yeah.
Or you and your partner have had probably for years.
So we mentioned in other videos how we kind of had this dance, where my losing strategy meets my partner's losing strategy, what that looks like, the underlying kind of where things go to between the two of us when things are stressful, so that we can identify that pattern, so that we can have a better understanding and an awareness of when we're shifting into that pattern, so that we can pause and shift out of it,
Right.
using some of the other skills that we cover.
Number 4, become skilled in healthy, effective listening and responding.
I would say probably 99% of the couples who come into our practice, and maybe this is applicable for you and your partner as well, say that they want to improve communication skills.
Right.
And a big part of us not being able to communicate very well is because oftentimes we have 2 speakers and no listeners.
Right.
So we are going to help you and your partner to understand a role as a speaker and understand a role as a listener. I know that it sounds elementary, but the practice of it is where we're going to dive deep, right? Because that's one of the places that the communication goes downhill, is because nobody's listening.
Right. Number 5, understanding how relationships have different phases in a cycle. Right.
Yeah. So one of the like is it too bad? Is it too big to say life altering? I don't know. One of the really big concepts that was helpful for me in learning relational life therapy and implementing relational life therapy is this understanding that all relationships go through cycles of harmony, disharmony, and repair.
Right.
And that can happen over the lifetime of a relationship, over the lifetime of the 34 years that you and I have been together. That can happen in one dinner together, right? And oftentimes in our society, we think that if there is any disharmony, then the relationship is doomed.
Right.
Where relationship is, or disharmony is part of being in relationship, and actually where trust is built, like working through that and repair. And so understanding this concept of like, it's okay for us to go from harmony to disharmony when we work through repair.
Right.
Another place that we get stuck is that we don't know about repair. So we go from harmony to disharmony. We sweep that under the rug. We go back to harmony.
Right.
We pretend like things are okay until we realize
Until
that
the next
they're not.
time there's
Right.
Yeah.
So this idea of harmony to disharmony repair and how to get to repair is a big component of relational life therapy and what we'll focus on for the weekend.
And our number 6 final, I guess they would do like a drum. It's to begin to build a relationship based on compassion, collaboration, and closeness.
Yeah, this is another like common goal for couples who come in.
Right.
They want to feel more connected. They want to feel like they're a team.
Right.
They want to feel like more than roommates. But we don't know how to tease these things out and get a better understanding of like what the request is underneath there. Oftentimes we're just kind of stuck in complaint, like I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that.
Right.
And complaint is not a way to a connected relationship.
Absolutely.
So we will help to get a better understanding of that and some skills to work towards those relational components of compassion and collaboration and closeness.
Absolutely. So you can learn more about our upcoming boot camp, Essential Skills Workshop, by clicking on the link. And seats are limited. Mm-hmm. It's kind of important. We want to keep the group a little smaller. Mm-hmm. So
this is not one of those arena things that you're going to go to and just be lectured at for hours on end.
Right. You're actually going to do some work in this.
Yeah. There will be some sharing, some lecturing, some activities for you and your partner to do, some activities for you to do, all of it. See you there.